Greetings and welcome to your destination. You've reached the Psychological Wellness Hub. We aim to help you build your knowledge and wellness around better understanding mental health and psychological concepts. Welcome back to the channel. Stick around till the end of the video to get more answers and where to go next. Today's topic is part 5 in the series on readjustment, readjustment problems. Please watch prior videos in this series which prepares you for this video. Look at the links below in the description. A little more on readjustment. The prior 4 videos in the series help start to paint a picture on what readjustment looks like for a veteran. This video attempts to point out a little bit more specifically. This video also starts to point out a little more on the readjustment process for family and friends if the veteran has a family, extended family, and friends. Readjustment problem clues. Most service members will struggle a little bit in the initial transition to civilian life. Some may not even notice much of the transition. Often there are clues along the way to give you information that further action is needed. These clues, or red flags, if you will, are not always obvious like some of the red flags we get in life. If these clues continue to repeat themselves, then these serve as a warning over time. A warning that if change or adjustment does not happen, then these continued disruptions will turn into something else. Disruptions in your life turning into a bigger problem. When time or actions do not allow for readjustment to settle, this can start to create bigger and more chronic problems. Readjustment that stalls can lead to personal problems, family problems, relationship problems, marital problems, behavioral health problems. See further videos in this series on this topic. Your self-worth might start to suffer. You might have shifted from feeling secure and valuable in your view of yourself to feeling like something else in the transition, something with less meaning. Your sense of security, being on solid ground in life and knowing what you do, may become challenged through the readjustment process. You may feel like you have lost a sense of meaning, mission, and purpose. You may start to believe that there will never be anything ever to replace your time in the service or even come close. Things like communication problems with those that you care about in your life. You may find yourself sounding off more towards friends, family, and loved ones, escalating anger, misunderstandings, suspiciousness, distrust, grief, or loss, and control or lack of control are often themes that happen in these situations. Friendships may tend to be challenged to the point of you avoiding them in the future, or the fabric of relationships being torn and quickly terminated. Marital problems can turn into separation or divorce. Work problems can escalate to the point of putting your civilian job in jeopardy. Behavioral health problems, things like adjustment disorders, depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Behavioral problems, things like substance use disorders, things like alcohol use disorder, cocaine, meth, opiate, or heroin misuse. Behavioral health problems, things like behavioral addictions, things like gaming disorder, social media addiction, pornography addictions, gambling disorder, chronic thrill-seeking problems. To learn more about dealing with this, watch the playlist on psychological wellness skills to learn more about different struggles and other ways to work through some of these disruptions in readjustment. Disruption in your family's life, turning into bigger problems. Family members will try to be resilient, but will start to struggle at times as a military family, as these relationships may continue to be challenged. Military spouses and families going from having a sense of community with other military family structure and accountability versus civilian life, which can be breed uncertainty and adjustment difficulties for them and the veteran. So what we're saying here is that a lot of military family members, right, go from being on, on the installation, right, on station or off station housing, right, being around a lot of support and around a lot of other military families to going back to civilian life and not feeling like they can fit in, much like the veteran can feel that way when he goes to back into civilian life and trying to live life around things that feel different from when you were in. Your family member may lose some sense of connection to you in the readjustment process. Your family loses ties to other military families and support once you separate from service. Your children can still be readjusting to your deployment, coming home, or your family or your military retirement. They can also lose connection with their additional social contacts and support once you separate from the military service. And think about this: if you PCS to many different locations, right? Kind of transfer to duty station. Your children start to adjust to that process. But once you get out, like you, they can sometimes feel lost, not sure what to do next. Feel like they're in this big open abyss and looking for something to kind of ground them, to find some sense of something concrete to count on in civilian life. Marital problems can turn into separation or divorce. Relationships with children that are young or grown can be further challenged and have major repairs needed during and after the readjustment process. Your military family members, like your spouse or your children, may start to show behavioral health problems with depression, anxiety, behavioral difficulties in school. Other behavioral problems, like alcohol and drugs, can also start to be present. Readjustment difficulties are not always the complete explanation for these, but can certainly add or complicate these further, if not the main difficulty. What can I do or my family do about these readjustment problems? You have already started the process if you've watched this series of videos up to this point. There have been some answers to these questions along the way. You might consider going back and watching the videos, this time using a keen eye to find them. Remember to watch them all the way. You might miss out on something valuable. You can also have your family watch these videos to help you look for them. Family members can also tap into support persons section on this playlist on this channel or this page and look through the page to learn more. They can also watch videos on the psychological wellness skills to learn more. The veteran can also look at the playlist on psychological wellness skills to see more about how to directly build your psychological wellness around readjustment, how to work through readjustment, or behavioral health problems that may be evolved out of readjustment difficulties. We hope you found today's topic was useful for yourself or someone else. Let us know if it was by commenting below. Let us know what you'd like to hear about or what topics could be useful to you by commenting below, and we'll take it under consideration. If you like what you heard today and would like to hear more from Destination Psychological Wellness Hub, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel by selecting the subscribe button at the bottom of this page and clicking the thumbs up or hitting the follow button on the screen. This will help you get the newest content produced by the channel or page to you. Please tell all your friends and family members about this channel or share this and other videos with them on this channel. Encourage them too to like and subscribe. And as always, we hope your psychological wellness continues to grow with us in this community. Thank you.